Hello class, good evening. So I wanted to introduce you to one of the inventories. It's called the Comprehensive Executive Functioning Inventory. Now this inventory, it measures the strengths and weaknesses of the executive functioning in children age 5 to 18. So I chose this test because I wanted to find a level B test that I would be able to administer after I became a licensed mental health therapist. And so that was one of the reasons. And another reason is I start my practicum and I'm going to be working with children ages 8 to 18. And so I wanted to find something that would be able to meet the needs of the population that I would be serving. One of the things that I found interesting about this test is that it can be it has a multi-rater perspective is what it's called. And you get the perspective of the teacher, the parent, and self-reporting. So for the self-reporting, however, a child has to be 12 to 18 to do the self-reporting. Any child younger than that is only rated by the parent or the teacher. And so one of the other things that I looked at for this was if it could be administered online or not. So I did a little bit of research, and yes, it can be administered online. I think it's very important that we can be able to do this in light of COVID and having to do telehealth. So all the administrator has to do is send a link to the parent, the child, the teacher, and they can fill it out, and then the computer will send back the results to the counselor. I found that the internal consistency and reliability was very strong. It had a Cronbach's alpha of 0.97 to 0.99, which is very high. The validity for the CFI, so the full-scale comparisons were conducted between clinical samples. So these children already had been diagnosed with ADHD, ASD, or mood disorder, and they were matched with the general population samples. Their test and retest was from 0.77 to 0.91. So that also is it's very good to have internal consistency of that. So the population for the children, they took 1,400 youth and 700 of them were able to do a self-test. The samples were stratified to match the census. So they matched it on race, ethnicity, SES, if the children, the level of education that the parents had. So they tried covering all dynamics so this can be applicable to the general population. Another thing that I found out is that the complete kit is $385. Also very interesting that if you get trained in how to administer this, you can get continuing education credits. So you can get 3 credits for $45 if you go through the training, and you will receive a certificate. And like I said before, it's very telehealth friendly, and I think that this would be very useful to get certified in. Thank you.